Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Ram, official truck of the Detroit Red Wings. By Meijer, find low prices on everything your family needs at Meijer. And by Xfinity, your home for most live sports. The Winnipeg Jets on Tuesday night coming off a 3-1 victory over the New Jersey Devils in this building, while the Red Wings are winning 5-0 in Columbus. Ken Daniels, Chris Osgood, Trevor Thompson from the MTS Center in downtown Winnipeg on Fox Sports Detroit. Our Southeast Michigan Ford dealers present our goaltenders tonight, and they are Peter Mrazek and Andrei Pavlik, a couple of Czech natives who are good friends, and as Chris mentioned, had dinner together last night. Peter said yesterday, as he makes his season debut following a couple of good starts with the Griffins, that Pavlik, very good buddy his, they were joking about it, that he comes up and gets to play against him tonight. But all friendship aside, this evening, Peter Mrazek looking for a great game here, and he hasn't played a whole lot lately, but coming off 2 good games and 2 victories for the Grand Rapids Griffins. Our referees tonight, Dennis Leroux, number 14, and number 37 is Kyle Raymond. The Jets, the 4th best defensive team in the NHL. The Red Wings are 7th best. And we're underway, and it'll be a matchup we'll see a lot of tonight, with Brian Little at center, Ladd on the left, and Wheeler on the right against Henrik Zetterberg, Gus Nyquist, and Johan Franzen. Paul Maurice with the last change. And this is a good scoring line for him, but also with Little out there, it's a good checking unit. Nyquist has it side of the goal. Put one back to the line that Eriksson will turn back with it. Quickly back for Henrik Zetterberg. Into the middle, Eriksson moved up. But good coverage down low. Eriksson back to knock it away from Little. And we've got an injured Red Wing, and it's Franzen down on the play.
Franzen involved in a collision. Trainer Pete Van Zandt is rushed out by Henrik Zetterberg, but Johan Franzen, just a collision with Ladd just above the hash marks. Having troubles getting to his feet right now, but attended to by, like I said, Pete Van Zandt. Let's hope he's all right. Johan Franzen, who's been very good since his return to the lineup. He lost everything there. His stick and his gloves. Seems to have gotten hit possibly in the face by something, and that's a good sign there. These guys are so big now, but Franzen leaving on his own accord. And like I said earlier, he's been so good this year. 12 points in 12 games for the Big Mule, and he'd be sorely missed if he was injured there. It's good. It looks like he's okay, and will continue tonight here.
Miller mixing it up with Evander Kane, number 9. Anderson will come in as Glendening gets waved out of the face-off circle against Matthew Perreault, number 85 for Winnipeg, former Anaheim Duck. Perreault back at center last game in the win here over New Jersey, where he's much more comfortable and got his first game as a Winnipeg Jet. Long time coming after scoring 18 a season ago with Anaheim. Perreault stopped at center. Turning one back to the near boards is Adam Pardy, the big defenseman, shoots it in, and as Chris was saying, good puck handle back there by Peter Mrazek. Puck came back to the line. Glendening with a couple of good plays, but held in there by big Dustin Byfuglien. On defense is to Kaiser and Quincy. Miller, Anderson, and Glendening, the one consistent line for the Red Wings this season. Back to the line here to Pardy. Byfuglien from a sharp angle, easily blocked aside there by Mrazek. The outlet pass by DeKaiser didn't work. Bounces down, and Quincy reversed that. Perreault looking up at the forecheck. For Winnipeg now will peel off in a change. As DeKaiser waits for the Red Wings to make a change as well. Lashoff comes over the boards to join him until he goes off. Lashoff will be paired with Xavier Ouellet, who now comes on in his return to the Red Wings in his first game of the season for Detroit. One of his previous National Hockey League games was played against these Jets for Xavier Ouellet. One of 4 regular season games he's played was against Winnipeg, as that will be held by Peter Mrazek. And there's number 61, who wears number 16 while a member of the Griffins.
Yeah, Ken had a very, very good training camp for the Red Wings. Mike Babcock was very impressed with young Ouellette. This guy's a steady player, isn't going to make a lot of mistakes, and has a great first pass out of the offensive zone. He has more offensive ability than he's given credit for, but a great defensive player. And this guy is just going to make good play after good play. He's a great addition for this blue line here in Winnipeg tonight.
Paul Maurice comes right back with the Perreault, Byfuglien, and Kane unit. As Yurko tipped that down, Yurko out with Darren Helm from St. Andrews, Manitoba. Grew up about 30 minutes from here. Perreault brings it in across the line, takes a shot that Mrazek stopped. Helm plays one in behind for Eriksson. Lead pass just too far for Yurko, but he get there first, so no icing on the play. Yurko's got it in front for Helm. Back to the line. Helm with more than 20 friends and family here tonight at the MTS Center, as that'll be held by Ondrej Pavelec.
Thomas Yurko, who scored his first goal last game, playing with some confidence here, probably would have made this play. A nice pass to himself off the ends boards, a nice spinorama backhand pass. Just eludes Helm, but playing with some confidence. Might not have tried that a week ago. Gets that first goal as a young player. Looks like he's got that confidence back out there.
Zetterberg with Franzen and Nyquist. Nyquist over to the left wing side to get it. Played it off. Pavelec came to the line. And the shot glanced off the stick from Quincy. Blake Wheeler tipped it up the middle, intercepted by Franzen and kept in by Zetterberg. Second try, gives it back to Franzen. Now to Quincy, who was in tight. And a save made by Pavelec. He seems to be a whipping boy quite a bit in this city, Ondrej Pavelec. The boy he's played very well this season for Winnipeg. Pulled his last out. Save made by Mrazek. Good toe stop there. Kept in at the left point by Zach Bogosian. Another one who's come under criticism here, but Bogosian's really settled his game down. Already into his 7th pro season. Both teams changing as Zetterberg gets one ahead to Thomas Tatar. 6 goals in the season for Tatar. Second on the team behind only Nyquist as Ouellette gives it to Lashoff. Back for Xavier Ouellette. His pass couldn't connect with Shan. Michael Frolik goes after it. Frolik out there with big Adam Lowry. And he is big at 6'5". Number 17 in blue. Scheifele the center. Mark Scheifele number 55 for Winnipeg. And Michael Frolik, the veteran who's had some good chemistry with Scheifele. Mark Stewart took a weird bounce in front. Mrazek came out to play it, but no harm done there. Abdelkader flipped one to center ice over the head of Tatar. The Jets party immediately checked there by Tatar. Scheifele for Winnipeg. Into the Red Wing zone, loose into the middle. Coming back on it was Cleary, and Detroit will regain possession. Cleary. Nifty little pass back. Yurko to Helm, and a shot, and a save made by Pavelec. Yurko's got it. Cleary in front. The pass attempt to him was knocked away. Cleary then forcing back there with the former Spartan Jim Slater, number 19. Puck goes into the corner. Grabbed there by Postma. Around to his partner, Party. Lead pass for Thorburn as the Jets' 4th line is out. Chris Thorburn cuts back into the middle, and a save made by Mrazek. Let's take a look at the Flag Star Bank Star Watch. And it will be the Red Wings netminder making his debut tonight. Peter Mrazek, 5 times a backup, but now getting the start for the Red Wings and the second goalie in hockey history to win his East Coast AHL and NHL debuts in the same season. And look at that, 2 of his 3 National Hockey League wins are by shutouts. And Alex Auld, the tall netminder, was the other one.
With Peter Mrazek, Ken, he just plays great wherever he's at. Saw his debut in the East Coast League. He was great there. Moved up to AHL. Like I said, he's been good at every level. I expect the same from him here in the NHL.
I remember how good he was against Team USA, a 52-save victory, knocking the USA to the relegation round of the 2012 World Juniors.
And in doing that, becoming a fan favorite as the World Juniors was in Canada, and now that's the arch rival of Canada and the World Juniors, so become a huge fan favorite and a household name around Canada for a week.
Deflected off the stick of Quincy. Back to the line to Trouba. And there's a penalty coming here to Winnipeg for interference.
Winnipeg 33, minor penalty, interference.
So Dustin Byfuglien.
Byfuglien's not going to agree with this call. It's just a puck battle on the sideboards. A race for the puck here between Byfuglien and Miller, just battling for a puck here. The puck goes by to his defenseman, finishes his check as the Jet forward Byfuglien will go off for 2 minutes. Close call, but it is interference, not allowing Miller to play that puck as it went back to the Jet defenseman.
Henrik Zetterberg gets waved out as the Red Wings on the Bell Tire power play that has been red hot. 9 power play goals. Their past 6 games, moving up to 14th in the league. And 4 times in the past 6 games, Detroit has scored 2 power play goals in the same game. Nyquist flips one toward Pavlik, who will just hold on for a faceoff. 9 goals in the season for Nyquist, and 5 of those have come on the power play.
Yeah, he's left off. He started where he left off last year, sorry. Great year. This guy's just got a touch to the net. And I was talking to Jimmy Howard last night. He was talking about how quick his release is and how hard it is to read off Nyquist's stick. This guy has a great shot, underrated shot that right now at this point, a lot of these goalies around the National Hockey League won't know about.
Zetterberg, good effort on that faceoff to get it back to Kronwall. Franzen to Kronwall, and he missed it. Nyquist will go back. Jets penalty killing, 6th best in the league. 15th best at home. Franzen couldn't get through. So Zetterberg will circle back. Zetterberg hits the Winnipeg line and gives it to Franzen, who will whip it around the kick plate to the far side. Abdelkader moving in. Back for Nyquist. Quickly moved near side Franzen. Out of the corner comes Zetterberg. Abdelkader with the screen in front of Zetterberg. Shot one and went off a stick. Up over top of the net, but Zetterberg came to the middle and waiting for Abdelkader to create that screen that he's been doing so well. In last game against Columbus, he picked up an assist. Career point number 100 for Justin Abdelkader on Tuesday night. So a milestone mark for him.
He's becoming that forward for the Red Wings that's very difficult to play against. And garners attention from the other team. He's in front of the net, causing havoc in front of goalies all game. And he's become one of those guys that's tough to play against. When their team sees his name on that lineup sheet, they know he's going to cause some problems.
Tatar got one back to the line for DeKeyser. And then the pass came back to center. So Sheahan with Helm, Yurko, Tatar, and DeKeyser. 45 remaining in the Dustin Byfuglien minor penalty. First power play for either team in this game tonight. Approaching 7 minutes gone from the MTS Center. Trouba, he was checked. Kane got over there. Now it's loose. And fighting off. Yurko was Brian Little to get it down the ice. Tatar with his head up and a good move around Stewart. But Detroit is offside as Tatar to make that move.
Yeah, Ken, the Jets defense is really being aggressive here on the Red Wings on their entries. Coach Maurice and the rest of his staff must have been watching video the minute the Red Wings kicked that puck out to the right side. That defenseman for the Jets is jumping up and getting really aggressive with the Red Wings forwards. They might want to dump that in, get it by that defenseman, and have the center come through with speed. Far too many turnovers right now at the blue line, especially on this power play. The Red Wings are going to have to really simplify things and get it deep and send in a nice forecheck on the Jets.
Face-off win from Scheifele by Zetterberg. And Quincy lost the puck. Here goes Ladd. Good save, Mrazek. And a big hit as Quincy. He's probably upset he lost the puck to begin with. Nailed Scheifele. Ladd came in. But Mrazek saved Quincy on the first one, but a little over-exuberant there. And then Quincy will go to the box.
No, Peter Mrazek gets involved early here on a miscue at the blue line by Quincy. Stays out in the blue like we talked about before. This kid's aggressive. Nice right leg pad save. And then Quincy really, to me, that's a nice body check. Took out Scheifele with a hard hit into the boards. But Ladd here with the turnover comes in, and Mrazek did a good job to stick with him, as did Eriksson, to come back and provide a little bit of distraction. But Scheifele turning into that hit by Quincy. A good hit by Quincy to finish his check. Hard hit, but nonetheless a penalty for the Red Wings.
Boarding the call. So in 3 seconds, Mike Babcock's team will be shorthanded. As they are now, as Byfuglien comes out of the box. And will stay out with Wheeler and Little and Ladd and Tobias Enstrom. A terrific puck mover, number 39 on defense. Byfuglien couldn't keep it in. Byfuglien, a defenseman most of his career, then forward, and forward here with Winnipeg. Big body either way. Miller couldn't get to that puck first, comes to the near side for Eriksson. First time the Red Wings shorthanded tonight as Enstrom has it at the line. Off here to Little. Hard pass as Byfuglien couldn't corral it. Tobias Enstrom for Dustin Byfuglien. Moved over for Brian Little. Down low, Mrazek sticked it aside from Wheeler. Enstrom kept into Byfuglien. Took the shot, looked for a redirect. Over to get it is Andrew Ladd. Former 4th overall pick of Carolina. Enstrom took a shot into the middle and sent down the ice by Miller.
The Jets have improved in a lot of areas this season, including playing better defense, but their power play has really struggled. 29th in the National Hockey League, and moved it around nice there, but just had no finish to anything there. And the Red Wings got to stay aggressive against a weak power play.
Just 9% on the season is their power play, an 0 for 18 stretch. And just 1 power play goal their past 25 opportunities. Evander Kane, former 30-goal man, and just played very well. Had a knee injury to start the season, and in the very first game missed 8. Kane can be a force number 9, given permission by one Robert Marvin Hull to wear number 9 in Winnipeg. Glendening came off the bench, able to get it out to center ice with just 5 seconds left in the Quincy penalty. Kane will go after it. Quincy out of the box. Miller got there. Scheifele for Winnipeg, taken out by Ouellette. And again, an active stick by Peter Mrazek. And Drew Miller, knowing not to ice that puck, angled one off the boards, and now the Red Wings will get a change here. Rolik goes wide. Couldn't cut through, knocked away there by Lashaw. Here's Trouba. Got that solid shot stopped by Mrazek. And the Red Wings able to clear away the rebound after a second attempt by Winnipeg.
Nice aggressive save by Mrazek, way out of the blue on that with a nice pad save through traffic.
He is fun to watch, isn't he?
He plays like that. He's got a great attitude, a lot of enthusiasm. Thinks he should be here, Ken, and he's playing like it right now.
Zetterberg, as Winnipeg couldn't break through. Kronwall thought better of going down ice. Trouba moved it for Jim Slater. Slater slides one down into the Red Wing end as Winnipeg will get a change. Half minute past the halfway point in the opening period. Ken Daniels, Chris Osgood with you. Going wide is Riley Sheahan. Couldn't finish on Bogosian. Tapped to the corner by Enstrom. Sheahan stayed with it with Abdelkader. They still bang away at it back behind the goal. Abdelkader with Sheahan and Tatar. Abdelkader's usual center, Pavel Datsyuk, out again tonight. Perhaps could return Saturday night on Fox Sports Detroit in Toronto. To the corner is Hardy. Ahead for Ladd. Wheeler couldn't catch up to it, but did anyway as DeKeyser couldn't clear it. Blake Wheeler, the big forward, couldn't get anywhere. And Abdelkader able to clear it back to center. Sent back in by Evander Kane. Backhanded through by Yurko, right to Pavlik, moved it on to Postma. Cleared by the Jets down ice. No iciness. Last shot got to it before, then lost it back at the goal on a heavy hit by Kane. He did a lot of that the other night in the win here over the Devils. Kane got to it again, put it in front. Perreault couldn't get there, and the Red Wings Yurko. Lifting one high and off the glass and goes after it. Got help from Cleary. Cleary being checked by Postman. Cleary able to kick it along. Byfuglien got there. He'll send it down. As a goaltender, would you prefer Byfuglien as a forward or a defenseman with his heavy shot or in front of your face all night?
I prefer him as far away from me as I can get him. He's huge, takes up a lot of room from there. There's a great shot though from the point as well, Ken. But he has great hands in front of there. You saw it in Chicago when he was there playing with Kane. This guy, I believe, is a much better forward than he is a defenseman.
He had 11 goals in the Hawks Cup run in 2010 after 17 in the regular season and 11 in the playoffs.
Point to force in front of the net in all those series out here for the Chicago Blackhawks.
And Chicago had their cup run dismantled. That was blocked by Lashoff. Back to the point. Stewart. Like the lad and Byfuglien all had to move on due to the cap reasons. Orlik's shot was deflected. Now able to keep control as Scheifele played it over there, looking for a hand pass, but none there. Trouba now to Stewart. Had it blocked by Miller. Trouba back for Stewart. He came from Boston along with Blake Wheeler in what turned out to be a terrific deal for the Winnipeg Jets. Zetterberg played one back to the line and DeKeyser will shoot it in. We've gone over 6 minutes without a stop and play here in Winnipeg. And they're going end to end. Center opportunities have come from the Jets. Little carries through. Plays one back. Bogosian shooting and missed up high. DeKeyser inadvertently ran into Mrazek, who just got back in position, but the Enstrom shot missed the target. Nyquist reversed, but gave it back to the Jets. Now DeKeyser will try and move it. Franzen couldn't control it. Winnipeg will just shoot it in and go for a change.
Well, got a nice pace to this game. The coaching staff for the Jets wanted their team to play the right way this year, get off to good starts, play with confidence, and they are right now. Red Wings are matching the Jets, though, here in Winnipeg. Great pace to this game.
Yerko. Shot in with Cleary left for him. Thorburn stepped into there by Eriksson. A lead pass, 2-on-1 developing here. Haluschuk's got it. He shoots, and Mrazek out to stop that. Gave him nothing to shoot at. We're 0-0. The MTS Center in Winnipeg.
Talk about confidence and swagger. And this kid has it. Peter Mrazek. This is 10 seconds into the game. A little backhand pass up the middle for you. Nice save there out of the blue again, but he is aggressive. Way out of the blue with a nice pad save through traffic. And this one, DeKeyser even was surprised. He's so far then, he's not used to that. And aggressive Mrazek once again out of the net, making that shot go wide by Bogosian. Great work, but wow, he plays with confidence and poise, and he looks like he is ready to go tonight for the Red Wings.
Kane on this face-off with Glendening. Byfuglien was tied up by DeKeyser, allowing Anderson to get to the puck, but he couldn't clear it. Eriksson for Hanwha. Able to move it was Glendening. Stepped into was Miller. Carrying on, though, came Anderson. And then Glendening finished his check on Postma. We've got a penalty coming here. It'll be a holding the stick penalty, and it's going against Adam Pardy of Winnipeg. So the Red Wings, Paul Maurice looking bewildered. The former coach of the Detroit Junior Red Wings, Paul Maurice, in the early to mid-90s. This is defenseman Adam Pardy will sit for 2 or less, the former Calgary Flame, for holding the stick.
Ken, you mentioned Paul Maurice. He's really in the process of changing the identity of this Jets team. But to hold the stick here by the Jets defenseman, really, stick got caught up between the Jets defenseman's legs, and there you see him grab it right there just for a brief second, but that's enough to get the call to put the Red Wings on the power play.
A draw won by Little. And with that, clears the zone.
14:56. Party for holding the stick at 14:56.
Franzen moving one for Nyquist. Stepping up, though, was Stewart. Franzen fell down. On comes Little. Backhander saved by Mrazek. Little again circles the goal with it. And we'll just dump it back where Trouba, former Michigan Wolverine, retreated. Ladd will go off in a change with Little.
Peter Mrazek doing a good job to stay alert back there. Franzen tripping up with the linesman on that play, and Mrazek was ready for it, making a nice save again.
Quincy earlier, and then Franzen. So a couple of times that's into the netting, so we'll get a stop in play. Well, get the $59 fan pack when the Wings battle the Senators Monday, November 24th. The first 7,500 fans receive a Justin Abdelkader bobblehead. For tickets, go to DetroitRedWings.com. Justin looks pretty good.
That's the no facial hair version of the bobblehead.
It's the non-November bobblehead.
Abdelkader,
even though it'll be given out in November.
Deserving of his bobblehead, though. He's been one of the better Red Wings this season and becoming an agitator that they've looked for. He's really coming into his own this year.
Good pressure by Yurko. Helm got to that puck. De Kaiser. The Jets without a stick and down a man. Yurko getting over to keep it in. Getting a stick at the bench is Slater, and the puck will come back into the Red Wing zone.
Yeah, Ken, if anything, the Red Wings have gotten away from so far in their power play in this first period is they're winning the draws but not attacking the net like they were in previous games. They got to get back to that, get pucks to the net, and then create havoc after that and create more opportunities. But they're kind of delaying, letting the Jets set up their penalty kill, and the Jets are attacking them instead of the other way around. Red Wings attacking the Jets.
Yeah, and the Jets penalty kill really with the Red Wings entries at the line. They're standing up and not giving Mike Babcock's team much room.
They've been very, very aggressive, especially at their own blue line. But Red Wings had an opportunity. They're winning that draw, and they kind of got passive, not like they have been in previous games where they attacked the net. They got to get back to that here in Winnipeg.
Kane with Blake Wheeler. So two big forwards in a penalty-killing role for Winnipeg. Trouba and Stewart on the back. Both good shot-blocking defensemen. Abdelkader with Zetterberg and Nyquist, Franzen and Kronwall. In the last half minute of this Bell Tire power play for Detroit. Abdelkader on the left wing, taken to the boards by Trouba. Abdelkader wanted to kick it free to Nyquist. And Franzen. Coming in from the line is Kronwall on the lift of the stick, but Winnipeg's Wheeler able to get it out. That should do it for the man advantage. And Party standing in the box and now exits. Brought back in here by Zetterberg and a save by Andre Pavlik. Eriksson moving up. Tipped at the side of the goal by Glendening. Back in front, but Frolik was there. Lifts one down. Kane racing after it with Quincy. Quincy had position on him. And we'll get a stop and play. We'll return in a moment. Still looking for our first goal here in Winnipeg. Red Wings will be shorthanded here. Too many men on the ice, so Thomas Tatar will serve the 2 minutes. That came just as the play was stopped when we went to break.
Obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 6 Red Wings, and as we all know, that's 1 too many.
That came from all those years you watching Sesame Street on the road.
I haven't done that for a while, and that was kind of satisfying, Ken. But just a complete mental mistake by the Red Wings to have 6 guys in the offensive zone, quite a ways away from your own bench. This is a big kill late in the first period for the Wings.
Shot 7-6 in the Jets' favor. Anderson took a stab at it, got it out to center where Buffalo goes back to get it. Former 9th round pick in 03, Dustin Buffalo. Done pretty well, the big man. One time was approaching 265 pounds in this league.
And you always hear about how teams want him or he could be getting traded. That's because he doesn't want a big player like that with skill that can play both forward and defense with a big shot. So he's a commodity that a lot of teams look and probably call the Jets on a regular basis to see if he is available.
Tobias Edstrom rushes that puck so well back for Wheeler. Took a hard hit moments ago inside the Red Wing line. Enstrom able to keep that puck in for Byfuglien. There's that shot that Mrazek came way out on to redirect. Oh, and Miller got crunched at the line.
And Wheeler took that puck up high, whether or not it's on his wrist, but he's really struggling to get to the bench, and looks like he took a stinger somewhere up in his upper body.
That was a rough shift for him because he got stood up by Eriksson just inside the line too, and Wheeler still bent over at the Jets bench. Enstrom left it there for Perreault. Matthew Perreault got knocked down, got back up. And last shot will send the Jets back. Half minute remaining.
Well, you can see one of their power plays. 29th in the league at 9%. They really look like they're squeezing the sticks on it and overthinking. The Red Wings doing a good job of attacking that weakness of the Jets, so not giving them any breathing room out there.
Scheifele stopped Ouellette in his tracks, but cleared out across or knocked down with a high stick. And with that, because the Jets are on the power play, they'll come all the way down the ice. Wheeler, number 26, will be making his way down the bench and won't be out for the rest of this period.
Yeah, nice hit by Eriksson to stand up on Wheeler. And seconds later, but Eriksson doing a very good job standing his ground to the blue line, standing up in the blue line, not allowing the Jet forward in. Wheeler's a big man. Eriksson doing a good job to X him out of that play.
12 seconds to kill off, and so a good shot. Helm won the draw, and Cleary got the attempt that Pavelec made the save on. Enstrom forced at the line and knocked down by Kronwall. Red Wings at full strength as Tatar out of the box. Tatar ahead for Cleary. Tatar rushes to the goal, redirected, it got a rebound. And a good play by Zach Bogosian to stay with Thomas Tatar. Carried back in by Slater. Check was Frolik. Zetterberg was stopped there by Lowry. Mark Stewart for Winnipeg. Send one in, that'll be gloved by Mrazek, who moved it to Franzen. Franzen with one last rush here. And that'll do it for the opening period. Coming up in our Ram intermission report, Trevor Thompson will guest with Danny DeKeyser. The Red Wings defense has done a good job tonight, helping out Peter Mrazek. And Darren Elliott in the studio with Justin White. So, all that still to come in our first intermission. After we take a timeout, you're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. Welcome back to the MTS Center in downtown Winnipeg. No goals in that first period of play, but stay tuned to Red Wings Live following the game, where we'll select the Fox Sports Detroit Red Wings player of the game, presented by McDonald's new Fresh Baked McCafe Blueberry Muffin. Number 61 for the Red Wings is Xavier Ouellette, who was born in France, and a former Quebec Major Junior Hockey League Defenseman of the Year, all part of our local Toyota dealers, bringing you his scouting report, a second-round pick, 48th overall by the Red Wings, a strong puck mover, who was playing in his 5th National Hockey League game, has no NHL points. He played in one playoff game, so really one more than that. He Game 5 against Boston when Jakob Kindl was scratched, as he is tonight for Xavier Ouellette.
And Xavier Ouellette, he does all the little things right out here in the first period. Was impressed with the way he cleared the front of the net. Peter Mrazek enabling him to see the shots come through, doing a good job moving big bodies and being aggressive in front of his own net. And this kid does all the little things right, and that's why Mike Babcock likes him so much and trusts him to throw him out there and play him the minutes he will play tonight during this game in Winnipeg.
So second period underway as Zetterberg is up front with Nyquist and Franzen. Off Zetterberg's stick, he and Bogosian go to the corner and in back of the net. Tap for Wheeler, who's okay after taking that shot off the arm from Byfuglien late in the first and took a hard hit from Jonathan Eriksson. Bogosian and his clearing attempt knocked down by Franzen. Now Nyquist gets a stick in the lane. It came off the dasher. Zach Bogosian will now carry ahead for Brian Little. 12th overall pick in 06. Jets not worried about the offense from Little. He's been a key guy like tonight for them going up against Henrik Zetterberg. Miscue there between Mrazek and Eriksson. Glendening made the play ahead to Franzen, who got stepped into by Mark Stewart. Pass too far for Evander Kane. Stewart goes back with Anderson in tow, and grabbing that loose puck, Andre Pavlak, and he'll hold on to it. Pavlak with 41 saves against Detroit last season in a 3-2 shootout win. Remember back in 2010, Chris, he collapsed opening night at a fainting spell and missed the next 10 games. That was a scary sight.
Yeah, Atlanta, a very scary incident. For him coming in, the Jets want to be better defensively, and he's a big part of that. He used to give up too many rebounds. They've asked him to work very, very hard this year, and so far tonight, he's angling pucks in the corner and sucking up pucks all night, so the Ravens got to get guys in front of him.
And the goaltending's been very good. His numbers have been good. Winnipeg, as Kane brings it in, sends it wide, began the season at 1-4. They had just 2 wins their first 7 games. Now the Jets with 8 wins their past 13. Only 2 regulation losses in that time. Bufflin with De Keyser back. Dropped it for Perreault. Back for Bufflin. To the line for Party. The shot in front, deflects over to Abdelkader. He gets held by Kane and taken to the boards. Lifted by Sheahan, too far for Quincy. Adam Party moves up. Around for Perreault behind the net. Perreault again. Waits in Gretzky-like fashion. Tried to center one out for Kane. Kane got it. Angled one back to the line here to Postma. Walks the line, takes the shot, and tipped just over top of the goal. Kane backhand in front. They score! Bufflin!
Well, just some loose coverage in their own zone here. The Red Wings got caught on a shift, a little tired. Couldn't pick up their men in front of the net, and the shot comes through over top of the cage of the Red Wings, and Sheahan, Quincy, De Keyser gets beat to the puck here, and Kane, a nifty little between legs backhand pass, and Bufflin beats Sheahan to the net to put it high over Mrazek, but the Red Wings got caught out there in a long shift, and Sheahan needs to be a lot harder on Bufflin on that play there, and the big buff makes it 1-0.
He has his 3rd goal of the season. So the Red Wings in a catch-up mode tonight. As Winnipeg looks for another. To the line for Postma. Off to the other side, taken by Cleary. Yurko kicked at it, couldn't come up with it. Loose puck taken by Thomas Yurko, 1-on-3. Yurko did get it deep. Helm over, skated back in front of the net. As Yurko had the opportunity. Good pressure from Darren Helm trying to prevent an outlet by Winnipeg. Scheifele pushed it past Roulette. Brought to center by Eriksson. Big defenseman continues on after the puck as the Red Wings are changing, and just missing Nyquist with that.
It's unfortunate for Eriksson. He made a great play coming out of the zone and skating that puck all the way in the Jet zone. The pass back, and that's the Eriksson that I'd love to see, that aggressive big defenseman, that can puck-moving guy, use his speed there to gain the zone. Unfortunately, the pass didn't click.
Elias Enstrom and Nyquist. Franzen then taken out by Bogosian. Brought ahead by Little. He's got that good speed. Kronwall back. Little turns into Ladd. Checked by Quincy. Little with it again. Played by Kronwall, and the Red Wings will get it out. Knocked out of the air by Bogosian. Back in for Wheeler. Wheeler waits for help. Delays for Ladd. And saved by Mrazek. Circling the goal was Wheeler. Played up the left wing boards by Joachim Anderson, and Winnipeg in control. Stewart. Hits one right in front of the Jets bench. On for Matt Halischuk. Former Nashville Predator, scored 15 with Nashville 4 seasons ago. Haluschuk on the fourth line with Thorburn and Jim Slater. Thorburn first game tried to center for Slater, blocked by DeKeyser. Now Slater's got it. Slater back to the line for Stewart. To the near side for Trouba. Anderson on the loose puck for the Red Wings. Cleared it off the glass, but Trouba kicked ahead and kept it in. Good play by Slater to Thorburn. Thorburn shooting one and that missed from the short side. Jacob Trouba's got it. Trouba walks the line and shoots. He was tipped down. Mrazek the save on that. Haluschuk first on it for the Jets. Tried to go back to Trouba, but a hit escaped. Red Wings in scramble mode here. As Glendening was hit, and Winnipeg will use the opportunity to change. DeKeyser got crunched well after he played that puck. As Byfuglien put the body into him. It's a lot of weight coming into Danny DeKeyser, and the boards rock beneath us.
And the Red Wings are fortunate. Get that puck out of the zone, hit the score clock. The draw will come back in the zone, but Jets were making a wholesale change and had the Red Wings pinned under siege a little bit. Mrazek making a couple big saves, being his aggressive self out of the net. But this all starts from the neutral zone play right now. The Red Wings way too loose in the neutral zone, turning pucks over, not having as much speed as the Jets have in the neutral zone, and are getting caught.
And the Jets are not an easy team to come back against. In 12 of the 20 games so far this season, they've allowed 2 goals or fewer. And they've got the first one here tonight. Played by Eriksson to the near side. Kronwall eluded a hit as Eriksson gives one back to Riley Sheahan. Tatar will give chase against Postma. Out to play it with Pavlik, who left it for his defenseman. Paul Postma to the line, back in and offside is Detroit.
Red Wings have to start to get pucks deep here against the Jets, who have really tilted the ice in the Red Wings' direction here in the second period. For the first 6 minutes, they got to start getting pucks deep in the Jet zone, take the forecheck to the Jets. So far here, the Jets have really taken the body to the Red Wings and really been hard on the Red Wings' defense and kept them in their zone for the most part here.
Yurko moved up along with Helm. Stewart off the boards to the line. Last shot couldn't hold it in. So the Red Wings will retreat. Trouba. The rink wide pass kicked through by Lowry to Scheifele. Scheifele, number 55. To Frolik. Saved by Mrazek off the end boards. He'll hold on for a face-off and will step out. The Jets in a 1-0 lead on Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire.
Puck in motion. Now time for our AT&T U-verse rewind. Ways back in 1996, the last game at the old Jets Arena. I was on that team. I was on the bench. Mike Vernon was playing. The emotions were high. 4-2 victory to send the Jets home for good. Jets moved soon after that, but the emotions were high early. It was excited. Everybody in the rink was excited and went from that to sadness. And as players, we felt that too, especially the Canadian players who grew up watching the Winnipeg Jets play. And really, we were just as disappointed as the fans were to see that team leave this great city at that time.
And a great arena, that old barn, the Winnipeg Arena. This is just the Red Wings' second visit to the MPS Center. And Pavlik will hold on. Jets swept the home and home from the Red Wings last season. Henrik Zetterberg, 13 assists, 17 points, leading the Red Wings with just 2 points his past half-dozen games.
Henrik Zetterberg brings so much to this Red Wings team night in and night out. Even without the points that he usually gets or would love to produce, he does a lot of things so well, plays defense, leads this team on and off the ice, and is a great leader for this hockey team.
Nyquist pass back, hits Zetterberg's skate. Eriksson lead pass, Nyquist, a little bit of room here as Franzen goes to the goal. Nyquist takes a shot, and then it gets blocked by Enstrom. That stung him. And Toby Enstrom limping a little bit. In for Franzen. Knocked down in front of Pavlik. Lads on the move. Cuts to the middle. Big save by Mrazek. On Wheeler, rather, as he was breaking through. And still that right arm seems to be bothering Wheeler even as he goes to the bench. Here comes Trouba. And Mrazek out to stop that. Byfuglien moves up. Byfuglien back in front for Perreault. And Mrazek says enough and hangs on. And Wheeler showing some good speed, breaking through.
Great play by Pete Mrazek. Good decision to cover that puck up here. Wheeler and the rest of his Jets teammates have been flying, really amped up the speed this period. Nice inside-out move on Nicholas Kronwall, but Peter Mrazek really doing a great job. And Wheeler, in the pregame we showed you, he's capable of this. He's a big guy, but has nice soft hands and some speed. Great inside-out move, but Mrazek was equal to the task. Went for the poke check. He's been aggressive all night, but stayed up square to the puck, taking it off the shoulder.
Well, Glendening tried to argue his case upon leaving. Joachim Andersen, a center. Will come in and take the face-off and won it back to the corner for DeKeyser. And Glendening will just punch it past into the Jet zone for Party. Perreault with a feed over. Here comes Keane. That went high and wide. Byfuglien took it away from Andersen. Takes the shot. Mrazek will hold it with Perreault right there. I'll give the gift of hockey this holiday season. Red Wings 5-game combos presented by Little Caesars are on sale now. Get tickets to 5 Wing games, a GLI ticket, a free hot and ready pizza, and Red Wings car flag, all for as low as $195. Call 313-471-7575 for the gift of hockey this holiday season. Roulette for Yurko. Yurko has it again. Off for Roulette. Just called up from Grand Rapids. Xavier Roulette and Andre Nestrasil, whom the Red Wings tried to send to Grand Rapids, did not make it through as Carolina claimed the Red Wing forward. So he's now a Carolina Hurricane. Will play for Bill Peters. Carolina will have to keep him on the roster for the next 30 days.
Yeah, nice pickup by the Carolina Hurricanes, obviously. Bill Peters is familiar with Nestrasil, who's a big forward, big young forward with lots of potential. Should fit in nicely down in Carolina. We got a lot of guys like that.
Red Wings had to make room for Stephen Weiss to play in Grand Rapids. He'll play there tomorrow night and Saturday night, and a lot riding on this weekend for Stephen Weiss for sure.
Yeah, and sometimes you get penalized for being really good, and the scouts for the Red Wings have been really good for a long time, and have so many players that have no choice but to leave some guys available, and sometimes they get picked up.
Yep. Good play ahead here for Helm, for Cleary. Cleary will dump one in, deflected aside by Pavlik. Helm with it. Yurko made the save. Comes back to the line for Kronwall. Kronwall with a step and then got knocked down by Frolik. Break here for the Jets. Frolik's got it. Back to Scheifele. Bouncing down to score! Lowry.
I think they're waving it off.
Well, there'll be some discussion now. The call on the ice will be no goal. Let's see. In conversation, the referees LaRue and Raymond.
The referee was in good position here. Shot coming. Referees.
It looked to be in. You know that. Off the camera and in. But Kyle Raymond, the referee, didn't get the view that we did, so he was maybe thinking nothing to do with goaltender interference. He was thinking it hit the bar.
Ken, this has been a long time coming here for 10 minutes into the second period, really. Red Wings with 2 shots on net. both coming on easy wrist shots, one from outside of the blue line, one from inside. But far too many turnovers at their own blue line and at the Winnipeg Jet blue line. This time, this one costs,
Upon further review, the play on the ice stands. It hits the camera at the back of the net, therefore it's a good goal.
So the play on the ice stands, the referee's call didn't.
And really, Ken, this is self-inflicted. The Red Wings have been turning far too many pucks over this period. They've given up way too many odd-man rushes. The Jets have been flying. They've been amped up to speed here, and the Red Wings have not been able to match them thus far. Numerous chances down the wing. You give up these chances, sooner or later you're going to get a bounce here. Hits Kronwall, ricochets off Mrazek, and then pounded into the net by Frolik to put the Jets up 2-0. But Red Wings got to figure out a way to pick the speed up and play in the Jet zone for a little while here.
So the Jets' third-round pick in 2011, Adam Lowry, gets his second career goal, the rookie. Quincy ahead here for Abdelkader. As I mentioned, the Jets, the fourth best defensive team in the league. They had back-to-back shutouts in October. They don't give up much, but give one away there. Tatar shoots and scores! Tatar answers right back. His 7th goal of the season, and his 6th goal is past 10 games, and that is a huge one.
Well, it's not Christmas yet, but wow, is this thing ever gifted. Enstrom puts it up the middle here. And Tatar, Johnny on the spot, and this is his spot. He loves shooting right from there. A left-handed shot higher over the glove of Pavlak, who definitely wasn't as aggressive as his friend at the other end of the rink, Mrazek. But this all started with a gift up the middle from Enstrom. Not seeing the ice as well as he would like, and the turnover puts the Wings right back in a game where they really haven't generated much up into this point.
30 seconds after Winnipeg had a 2-0 lead, Thomas Tatar makes it a 2-1 game. Franzen and Enstrom, the man who gave it away. Enstrom in the corner. Zetterberg came over to tie up Ladd. Franzen back of the goal. Getting it back from Nyquist into Zetterberg. Kick back here for Franzen. Tried to get it to Nyquist, didn't work. Ouellette, his shot, ooh, and it redirected off Nyquist and held by Pavlak. So Thomas Tatar gets a big goal there. He had the winner 2 nights ago and is the first one tonight.
Well, the Red Wings just received a gift here from Enstrom of the Winnipeg Jets. Ladd here in the corner here is going up here. Enstrom expects him to continue on that path. Well, he doesn't. He stops. And here comes Thomas Tatar right up the pipe. Left-handed shot, loves going high glove, and he's not going to miss a lot from there. And Pavlak, not aggressive as Mrazek is at the other end, and that's high over the glove. Really putting the Red Wings back in this game, in a game they haven't really had much push so far.
Well, this Tatar, who had just 1 goal his first 9 games, is on a roll. Buckley for Kane. Gets stood up at the line. Good check there. Eriksson's been physical tonight. Then ties up Buckley. Good job again by Jonathan Eriksson. Tipped through by Tatar. Sheahan getting past Perreault. Abdelkader moved up, but Trouba beat him to the corner. Eriksson back, out at center for Kronwall. Rink-wide feed to Sheahan. Move quickly here, and feed attempted for Abdelkader. Perreault for Winnipeg. Stewart for the Jets will dump it in. Kronwall fanned on it, gave away. Here's Kane with a shot, and saved by Mrazek. Bufflin overstepped. They bang away at it. 3 sticks in a row, knocked right out of the air. And this will be an icing.
Kronwall with an unfortunate giveaway. Eriksson with a nice outlet pass, and Kronwall wants to cross ice with this off the heel of a stick, and Kane has a great chance, and this doesn't really make the most of an opportunity that the Red Wings gave him. He could have skated in a little farther. Mrazek aggressive again, way outside the blue, and there's 0 chance that Kane's going to score on him from there with how aggressive he was out of his net there.
saying that the games that Kane has played, he's been much more consistent this year. Another one like Pavlik will carry the load in the negativity department from Jets fans because so much is expected from him. So many rumors in the offseason where he'd be moved. Tatar got dumped. So he has the goal and now forces the Jets into a penalty as the Red Wings will head to a Bell Tire power play.
Nice job by Thomas Tatar to knock this down. Glove to stick and use his speed quickly.
Winnipeg number 39.
Started moving his feet. Enstrom pulling down Tatar, but what Tatar did really good there was once he got that puck, he moved his feet, started skating, and created a penalty, which is going to give the Red Wings an opportunity to tie this game up.
Enstrom must be pretty tired right about now with Thomas Tatar. The giveaway on his stick for the goal and then takes him down for the penalty. So Tatar stays out with Sheahan and Helm, DeKeyser and Yurko. Jets control the faceoff and Michael Foley gets it down the ice. Sheahan's pass for Tatar and then overskated. Now there'll be a foot race. And Yurko is able to get in front of Slater. Yurko will now settle it back there. Brought on here by DeKeyser. Dropped it to Yurko, on to Franzen. Franzen with a good move. Franzen right in on goal. Scores! Johan Franzen as Stewart lost his step, and Franzen took full advantage. It's a power play goal, and it's a 2-2 tie.
Franzen using his speed here to tie this game up, but the Jets have been really, really aggressive here at the blue line all night long, and this one cost them. Standing up, nice move by Franzen, and comes in with a perfect shot off the post past Pavlik. But the Jets, who were so good at standing up the blue line in the first period on the penalty kill, right here cost them. Franzen using the speed, that big body moving in, perfect shot off the post and in. Jets like to gamble, they've been aggressive. Their penalty kill has been good this year, but right there, maybe a 2. Over-aggressive cost them.
10th power play goal for the Red Wings the past 6.5 games. This will be icing against Detroit. 1 for 3 the Red Wings tonight on the power play that the last 11 games has been smoking. And the first 7, you can see it's around Jets territory, where they're at 9% now on the season. And the Red Wings were just at 7.4% the first 7 games.
And now that it's gotten hot, how many goals have they scored off setups? Most of them come off draws, winning, getting pucked to the net with traffic, and goals just like that by Franzen off the rush. When you have an odd man rush, attack the net, go after it. You have an opportunity to score, take it, and they did right there.
Yurko and DeKeyser assisting. And the Franzen goal at 12:52. Perreault. Taken out by Glendening. Byfuglien at the line. Postman back in front. Look for a redirect. Postman got there again, but Glendening's got it. He looks up ice. That went over the hand of Anderson. Brought back in Glendening for Drew Miller. Miller tried to get the puck. He got shoved hard into the boards by Lowry. And Drew Miller on it again. Game 3 for Helm. Then he gave it away, and Byfuglien carries. He's got a goal tonight. Dumped it in from across center. And they'll be held by Mrazek with Adam Lowry right there, waiting for anything to pop loose.
Well, young Peter Mrazek, who loves to be aggressive here, and the Red Wings defense has to realize he's going to be out quite a ways. It's imperative that they take guys' sticks around the net. And right here, Nicholas Cromwell doing a very good job of making sure the Jet forward wasn't allowed to tip that past Mrazek into the open net. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to come out. Got to make sure you have the guys on the side of the net. And they did that.
11 shots this period for Winnipeg. Enstrom left it in down low, then coverage by Yurko. Back for Zach Bogosian. Enstrom will shoot it in. Helm got to the puck, but it was blocked. Frolik got it back to Enstrom at the left point. Fake the shot. Enstrom with it again. Into the middle for Scheifele. Ooh, good save. That slowed down on the way through, and Mrazek was able to get his left pad down and make the stop. Helm gathering speed through center. The local boy made the pass back for DeKeyser, but he couldn't collect it. Off the skate. Pushed back by Franzen. DeKeyser's way. Franzen nearly gave it away. Quincy there to recover for Zetterberg. Zetterberg with a rink-wide feed for Nyquist, but offside was DeKeyser. Jumping in ahead of the play. We're now tied at 2s in period 2 in Winnipeg.
All right, gentlemen. It's time for tonight's coach.
Thank you, Justin. And in Winnipeg, we find Darren Helm, who has a lot of family here at the game tonight. Our Red Wings player fact brought to you by Motor City Casino. Born in St. Andrews, 30 miles from downtown Winnipeg. Played here last season for his first time. Learned a few things about handling the pressure of that with the hometown folks here taking it in. Andrew Ladd over here to Wheeler. To an open Bogosian. And a rocket of a shot goes. Zetterberg. Gives it back for DeKeyser. Franzen off his skate. He tied the game in the power play here in the second. The Winnipeg at a 2-0 lead. All the goals coming here in the middle stanza tonight. Perreault is in. Has it in back of the goal now. Matthew Perreault with a shot. He scores! He has goals now in consecutive games. After getting his first on Tuesday, he's got his second tonight.
This is probably one that Mrazek would like to have back, but nice block by Cromwell. That Perreault stays persistent, stays strong, wheels up front with this, and Mrazek really didn't get squared. He's been out all night, didn't get out of the blue on this one though. The Spinorama maybe not expecting this out of Perreault. Wasn't square, he was turned straight out. Puck beats him, gets up 3-2, but a goal definitely he would say he'd love to have back.
His second of the season. Scored by the reigning 5.
Abdelkader for Shan. Shan circle. Shan in front. Abdelkader the goal post. Abdelkader came that close just after Tatar needed only a half minute to get the Red Wings back under a 2-0 deficit. Abdelkader nearly tied it again. Here's Shan. Tatar. Abdelkader back to the line. The shot was blocked, let go by Lashoff. Carried in by Scheifele. Scheifele turns with it. Former 7th overall pick in 2011. Glendening. Cross center and in. This crowd that saw a 2-0 lead dissipate. Kane with a quick shot back in front. And again, this line's done the damage. Perreault with Byfuglien and Kane. Byfuglien's got a goal. Perreault's got a goal. Perreault's got the puck now, but threw it to no one in particular. And it's rifled right back in by DeKeyser. Red Wings completing a change. Eriksson couldn't handle it as Cromwell will now give him another attempt at it. A looper out to center that Zach Bogosian recovered, then lost a step and went down. And there's a reason why. He was tripped.
Jurco applying the pressure to Bogosian here, and really, to me, just loses an edge.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was not a great call, I'll tell you, and Jurco has a right to be a little upset.
Even from up here, Ken, Saw that the minute Bogosian turned, that he had just lost an edge. The ice gets a little rough here late in the second period with only 2 minutes remaining. A penalty that was really not a penalty, but the Red Wings have no choice. They have to kill this penalty off here late in the second period, only down by 1.
Anderson and Abdelkader. Anderson on the draw that was won by Brian Little. Enstrom to Blake Wheeler. Down low, tipped. Good save, Mrazek. Ladd got a piece of that. Off it for Little. Taken out by DeKeyser. Reaching in for the puck. Along with Quincy. Wheeler back to the point to Buffalo. Now to Blake Wheeler. Takes the shot, rising high. Little moved it around for Ladd. Abdelkader coming at him. Enstrom at the line. Hit the captain Ladd with it. And then Winnipeg and Detroit will get some changes going here. With the Jets on a power play. Their third of the game. Picked up here, Drew Miller. Miller to the goal at the goal post. Boy, Abdelkader a few minutes ago, and now Miller have struck iron. Eriksson dumped Perreault. That's one they'll let go. Eriksson took a shot, and Pavlik will hold on. So the Red Wings have come close, but Clank went off the iron a couple of times.
Yeah, this is a nice effort by Drew Miller. On the attack, short-handed, pulls this out of the corner. One hand, uses his body to shield off Enstrom and goes high over the glove again at Pavlik, but hits the post and ricochets down. And Pavlik really has been dropping that glove down low. You watch Jimmy Howard. He keeps his gloves up high as well as Mrazek does, where this goalie here drops down low. Could have taken advantage of that late here in the second period.
Boy, that was a heck of a two-hander that Enstrom laid on him. Perreault pushed it back here to Trouba. Walked in front. And Jacob Trouba will go back and get it. The only Wolverine in school history to be a first-team All-American as a freshman. Missed a fifth of last season with a neck injury in his rookie campaign, Trouba. Great young defenseman he is. He has it now for Bogosian. Back to Trouba. Tipped it over to Kane. And he'll rock it all the way back out to center for Trouba. Trouba will dump it in. Kane goes after it with Drew Miller. Little moved up. Back of the goal to Wheeler. 5 seconds to go in the period, off the side of the goal. Wheeler again couldn't come out front, knocked away by Conwall. So 5 goals in the middle period, 3 from Winnipeg, 2 from the Red Wings. The Red Wings have an opportunistic offense for sure. That's all coming up in our MGM Grand Detroit second intermission report with Darren Elliott and Justin White. 5 goals in that second period of play. Busy middle stanza here at the MTS Center. Today's fun fact brought to you by Southgate Lincoln. Detroit and Winnipeg, previously the Thrashers, the 17th all-time meeting. And only meeting Florida 28 times. So fewest among active opponents, and the 17th between these two franchises. Peter Mrazek has been the busier of the two netminders. Mike Babcock's team is throwing just 13 shots at Andre Pavlik, and Daniel Cleary leads the Red Wings with 4 of those 13.
Ken, you have to like what Dan Cleary's done for this team this year. He has 2 points in 4 games, but his veteran presence not only on the ice but in the locker room might not be as fast as he once was, but he still gets the job done when he's out there, and he's a valuable piece of this Red Wings puzzle moving forward in this long season. And valuable guy.
Third period underway. Bronson, who scored that beauty in period number 2, is out there with Zetterberg and Nyquist. Bronson tipped it, but not out. Bogosian in and out of the glove of Mrazek, who will hold on before the captain, Andrew Ladd, could get to that puck. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. That face-off controlled by the Jets, and there haven't been many of those tonight. In front of the net, the Red Wings have won 66% of face-offs through 2. Darren Helm perfect 7-0 after 40 minutes, and Henrik Zetterberg now 8-4 on the night. He's won 8 of 12.
And sometimes I just don't get that stat. The Red Wings doing great on the face-offs tonight here, but seem to have the puck less than the Winnipeg Jets.
I'm with you. And they talk about, starting with the puck and puck possession. Some nights you're great on it and yet nothing to show for it. Other nights it holds true.
I believe it's just the desire to win those one-on-one battles and out-competing the other team.
Glendening carries in, up with Anderson and Drew Miller. Miller's got it. Threw it right through the blue. Jonathan Ericsson stepped up. Stewart for Trouba. Checked by Miller. Kane in a race there with Ericsson. Ericsson, good defensive play to keep it outside the line. Glendening. Anderson back, Jonathan Ericsson. Back for Joachim Anderson. Now Riley Sheahan. Flipped it in, goes in after it. First back, Adam Hardy for Winnipeg. Hardy overskated. Sheahan's got it. Tried to center Abdelkader. Ouellette took a shot. Missed the net, came all the way back. Xavier Ouellette with a pass off to Tar's skate. Tar is one of the Red Wing 2 goals along with Franzen. Miscue there. Held in by Ouellette. Abdelkader threw it in on Pavlik to hold on for a faceoff.
Good thought there by Abdelkader. Pavlik, who's known to give up a ton of rebounds, but as I said earlier, has improved in that aspect of his game. But a turnover by the Jets and Ouellette heading towards the net, as well as DeKeyser, to the defenseman for the Red Wings, and that's been part of their game. That's really improved the defense, jumping up and helping out the offense.
Helm won another faceoff. And now 8-0 on the night. Got a shot in on Pavlik, so they'll do it all over again. Oh, the hometown boy having a nice night in that regard. He's got Cleary on the left, Yurko on the right, Ouellette and Lashoff. Another win by Helm. 9 for 9. Ouellette circles off the skate. Helm out of the corner with Frolik. Finished his check on him. Yurko able to keep it in. Yurko turning with it. Went back to the line. Couldn't get it there though. Michael Frolik couldn't get through center. Cleary passed through for Helm, but it was knocked away. His Scheifele turned back for Winnipeg. Long stress pass. Too many men on the ice for Winnipeg, I would think. Yes, sir. Red Wings are going to a Bell Tire power play off the change. The puck right at the bench, and Winnipeg caught.
Winnipeg bench minor, too many players on the ice.
An obvious call for the referee here. 6. You see him 6 Winnipeg Jets on the ice at the same time. What I like most about this is the Red Wings bench. On top of things aware, you could hear him yelling from up here at the referees, making them aware of the situation. And the refs made the right call with the help of many Red Wings from the bench.
Zetterberg with Nyquist and Abdelkader, Conwall and Franzen. Zetterberg trying to go over the goal. Great chance for Abdelkader, and then one off the post. And Zetterberg threw it in from in behind. Conwall. Now Franzen. Back into the middle. Ricochet to the corner. Abdelkader. Franzen reaching in. Now came up with it. Got it over to Nyquist. All alone out in front. Zetterberg backhander. And a save. Pavlik. Puck still loose. They bang away and Pavlik will grab it.
Well, good job by the Red Wings to attack the Jets net. which they really haven't done yet, but 3 Red Wings outnumbering the Jets in the corner. Some heavy body work to get this puck out front. Zetterberg going across, not exactly textbook goaltending by Pavelec. A little lucky there that he was able to corral that rebound that was laying loose. Zetterberg cutting across, Pavelec unable to stay up and stay with him. Puck's laying, and Zetterberg with a chance to just glances. Abdelkader, glances off the side of the net. That's 3 times the Red Wings, 2 posts, and one that went off the side of the net. Pavelec has been lucky tonight, and there in a scramble, lucky to keep that out of the net as well.
Helm gets another face-off, 10 for 10 as it comes back here for DeKeyser to Tatar. Back to DeKeyser, took a shot. DeKeyser over there to get it. Stewart for Winnipeg. Sealed there by Shan. Helm pokes it free to Yurko. Good play back to the line. DeKeyser walks the line. Yurko took a shot, hit a body in front. Shan couldn't get to the rebound, and that caught him right up in the eye. Trouba wearing the visor. Seems to be okay, and good thing for visors. Now grandfathered into the league.
I think when Yurko shot this, lucky for Trouba as well, a little bit was taken off it. Hits him right in the shield, and young players at his age now are mandatory when they come into the National Hockey League that they have to wear shields. And this right here could have been a lot worse than it was had he not had that on. And a great rule by the National Hockey League when these young players are coming in now. Some of the older guys are grandfathered into the rule, but the young guys, when they get in this league, they have to have that shield on.
Back to the line here for Kronwall. Franzen didn't get what he wanted on that. Nyquist. Franzen broke his stick. Has to go for another. He gets that at the bench as the Red Wings have 4 in the zone. Zetterberg delays a little bit. Franzen back in the play now. Nyquist lifted it back to Zetterberg with some room. Kronwall. Right side. Franzen skates out with it. Back to Kronwall. Back to Franzen. Around the broken stick. Giving it to Zetterberg. Looks back in front. Zetterberg circles the goal. Abdelkader getting position in front of Pavelec. Kronwall tried the pass. It didn't work. Franzen's got it. He went down. Penalty over. Kronwall just couldn't keep it in. And he was worried about Lowry coming in behind and up the middle. Well, enter for a chance to win a trip to see your Red Wings on the road December 13th in Toronto with the Flagstar Bank Ultimate Road Trip Sweepstakes. To enter for a chance to win, go to foxsportsdetroit.com.
You had to like that last power play by the Red Wings, although not scoring. They're attacking off the draws that they won and going to the net, much like they did the previous game against the Columbus Blue Jackets, and really had the Jets on the run. And the Jets fortunate that the Wings didn't tie this game up right there.
Anderson was hooked down to the ice. Hardy played it, tipped by Kane, in goes Perreault with Glendening. DeKeyser gives chase. Brought it to center, was checked by Byfuglien. Back comes Kane. Evander Kane on the left wing. Took a shot in front. Mrazek could save on a redirect from Dustin Byfuglien. Glendening made sure to clear the zone. Kane tried to get it back in, intercepted. Here comes Joachim Anderson. His shot glanced off Hardy's stick high and wide. Postma. Back goes Xavier Ouellet. Xavier Ouellet catches up, comes through the middle. Miller with a good step away. Eriksson across center and in. Scheifele. Blocked by Shan. Ouellet for Riley Shan. Tight quarters covered by 3 Jets. Moved through by Abdelkader. And cleared ahead by Mark Stewart. Here comes Scheifele. Back for Lowry. Lowry in front for Scheifele. Couldn't get a stick on it. Abdelkader in full flight. He's got Enstrom back. Can he beat him? Abdelkader going wide, and Enstrom, good recovery there. It's 3-2 Jets, third period. Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit. When Don Waddell was the general manager of this franchise in Atlanta, there were some first-round picks he'd like to have back, other choices perhaps. Evander Kane taken 4th overall in 2009. Oakland University brings you the report card on the first-rounders from the Jets. 10 former first-round picks, tied for 5th most in the NHL. 6 were selected by this Atlanta-Winnipeg franchise. And some of the other first-round picks that are on this team now through deals by Don Waddell, who's no longer the GM here. Andrew Ladd, who was 4th overall by Carolina, and Blake Wheeler, who was a former 5th overall by Phoenix. Steals of deals for both. So plenty of the prospects who were well thought of at the time are on this Winnipeg team.
They have the players. Ken Palmieri's talked to the scoring house. Now they got to play the right way. And that's what he's implementing this year. Play the right way. Play like a pro. Play good defense. Play all over the rink.
Knocked away from Slater. Hollis jump right for the wide. Slater waits for it to bounce down. Slater played a couple of years at Michigan State as a teammate of Drew Miller. Has it back to the net and centered one. Cleary's got it. Feeds Yurko. Enstrom. Kept in at the line by Nyquist. Took a shot up high. That stung Pavlik. Got it in the head. Made the save, and now his helmet's off, so the whistle will go after they have this opportunity. Referee looking back. Well, he puts it back on. They let the play continue. As Franzen carries back in. The shot blocked away by Pavlik off the Xavier Ouellet attempt. Kyle Raymond was there attending to Pavlik at the other end, right in front of the goal for Zetterberg. And now his his mask has never been on right. Now they blow the whistle.
Very good call by the referee. The straps aren't done up in the back of Pavlik. His mask, which makes it dangerous. That mask could pop off at any time. And surprised, really, he didn't blow it right away. The Red Wings had 2 opportunities while this mask was loosely on Pavlik's head. And this is the initial shot that knocked it loose, a rocket by Nyquist, and stunned Pavlik, falls backwards. Nyquist, who we talked about earlier, talking about Jimmy Howard, has a great release, has a quick release, and a harder than you think shot. And a lot of these goalies, he said, don't know that yet around this league. And Nyquist has got to shoot a lot and use that to his advantage until they get the book on him.
Applicator back of the net. Shane to help him. Tipped past Quincy by Kane. Quincy recovered to help, knocked it away. Kane centering one, nobody there. Moving up with Stewart. Moved quickly by Quincy. On comes Tatar. Tatar goes wide. Tatar to the goal. Save made by Pavlik. De Kaiser from across center and in. Red Wings get a wholesale change. Trouba. Right in front of his own goal, made the play out at center for Frolik. Winnipeg couldn't get through. Good steal by Helm. Played by Lowry. Frolik couldn't get anywhere. Cleary knocked it away. Scheifele at center. And it's in the first row of seats.
Tatar, who's been flying this game, rewarded with 1 goal here, searching for another to try and tie this thing up. Beats Stewart to the outside in this area right here. Right here. Pavlik has left open all night long. Drops down quick. Tatar doing a nice job, but gets off that post on that glove side, and that's a place that the Red Wings can take advantage of.
Bogosian will fire it in. Ladd forced to the corner, tried to go back to Bogosian, but Franzen able to get one ahead for Nyquist. Now Bogosian's got it again. He grew up in the New York area, but was a huge Chris Chelios fan growing up. Bogosian has got the puck now. Actually played with Chris Chelios for a few shifts in Atlanta. He said, my hero became my friend. That's how long Chelios played.
I saw a picture of Chris Chelios in an Atlanta Thrashers uniform. Nothing against the Thrashers. I just do not get used to that.
It didn't look right. Nice save by Mrazek off Enstrom.
And a little polish at the end of that for young Mrazek. Made the initial save. Quick wrister here off the blocker, but gets up quick, gets out again, makes the glove save, and makes it look good in the end. But really, Mrazek, besides take away the third goal, has been great all night. Had no opportunity on the first two. And the third goal for me is just as a young goaltender. He's only 22 years old, and that's something he's going to learn from. Guys come around the net in this league, things happen a lot quicker. He's got to get up fast and get square to that puck.
He'll be a full-time Red Wing a year from now. As he will have played his 4 years in Grand Rapids, just like Jimmy Howard did, learning how to be a pro. Jonas Gustafsson was signed to a one-year deal and now injured, as we know, with the shoulder problem for a couple of months. But they were buying time for Mrazek to play that fourth and final season in GR.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's learning on the job. He's playing. He's going to make mistakes. The thing I look for is, yes, he lets in that third goal one he should have had. He should have been squared up to the puck. We'll see if he corrects it and doesn't make that mistake twice. And Jim Bedard will be for sure talking to him about that goal and how to make things better after this game.
DeKeyser able to pull the puck back in and got it off the skate of Miller. Adam Hardy as Winnipeg just gets back on side. DeKeyser got enough on it for Anderson. Glendening in protective mode. Quincy saw traffic. DeKeyser made the play off Anderson to Glendening. And DeKeyser got hit in the corner. Drew Miller goes after it. Still in search of his first. Hit the goalpost tonight, as did Abdelkader. Postman had nowhere to go with it as the Red Wings converged on him. Anderson trying to dig the puck free. Now comes back for Postman. Forced there by Abdelkader. Gave it away at center as Tatar, but Abdelkader was offside. And Tatar made a nice play outside the line. We'll be back in a moment.
Well, with the Red Wings down 3-2 in the second period, we had a little post action coming for you in the Red Wings. Unfortunate, both these opportunities didn't go in. Nice pass by Shannon. Abdelkader rings the post on the far side underneath the blocker of Pavlik, and that came right on the heels of the third goal by the Jets. And Miller, a nice power move to the net. Not only hits one post, clanks off both posts here on the short side, then hits the post on the other side. Clanks the iron. Both those great opportunities could have tied this game up. Red Wings got to keep throwing pucks at that net.
Yurko with Helm and Cleary. Helm's a perfect 12-0 on faceoffs tonight. Yurko tries to cut to the net. Helm goes in after it. Helm able to knock it away, then Cleary, on came Yurko. Helm went down into that crowd. Yurko still up with it. Able to make the play, then too far for Cleary. And it's pushed past Lashoff down the ice. And this will be icing. Give thanks for Red Wings hockey on Wednesday, November 26th, when the Wings take on Philadelphia. First 5,000 fans will get a Thanksgiving-themed T-shirt. Go to DetroitRedWings.com now for tickets. Boy, Ron Hextall wasn't too pleased with his Flyers' performance and their shutout loss at Madison Square Garden last night. Loudly enough in the room and slammed the door for all reporters to hear. Trusted by his team's effort. And you know, sometimes when the GM comes down to the room, it starts to turn things around a little bit.
I have to say Mr. Hextall isn't fiery is an understatement.
Yeah.
He was as a goaltender, and he still is as a general manager.
Nyquist. And Zetterberg moved up on Andrew Ladd. Captain for Winnipeg. Got ahead to Blake Wheeler. Up with Bogosian. Gives it back to Little. Saved by Mrazek. Enstrom with a shot and through a crowd. Mrazek saw it. Well, just when they were ready to run the team out of town, they're planning the parade once again in Toronto. after being smoked by Buffalo, and then Nashville. They come and stop Steven Stamkos in Tampa Bay at home tonight. And you'll join us again on Saturday. It's the Red Wings and Maple Leafs. Coverage begins 6:30 with Red Wings Live on Fox Sports Detroit right here. Saturday, 6:30 on Fox Sports Detroit.
Tell you what, Ken, that's a gutsy win by the Leafs. They're under a lot of scrutiny. There are a lot of pressure not only from themselves, but the media and the fans. And what a win that was for them tonight.
Mike Babcock's probably relieved that the Leafs won tonight. Can you imagine if they hadn't, and the questions he would have just said, no thanks, not answering, and you know what I'm talking about when he goes in there tomorrow. They'll practice in Toronto when we leave here from Winnipeg.
I have to believe there will probably be a media frenzy one way or another tomorrow.
Keep moving! You remember back in the day, it was Carlisle who replaced Babcock in Anaheim way back when. That's just the Toronto rumors. And Kane will go after it. Last shot, got it ahead to Abdelkader. 7:10 to go in the third period. Tatar back, moved by Ouellet. Sheahan a shot. Tatar out of the air. Back to last shot. Tipped in front. Loose puck. Scores! It gets through with Abdelkader at the lip of the crease. Last shot, let it go. We're tied at 3 with 7 to play.
Abdelkader, that's been so good. He's been great in front of the net here over the past week, actually all season long. Creating havoc for Pavelak here, but right in front of the net. Abdelkader's right in front. Sheahan gets a blade on this, tips it through the legs of Abdelkader, and Pavelak has... This is why in Winnipeg their goaltender's under some scrutiny. He's let a lot of goals in late in games that have went through him, and this one somehow finds its way through Pavelak. And yes, there's a screen in front of Abdelkader, but he's got to find a way to seal up and stop this. It actually might have ricocheted back off Abdelkader and back into the net.
Yeah, it certainly hit Sheahan's stick and then maybe off Abdelkader on the way through. Last shot let it go. So we're tied at 3. The Red Wings battle back from a 2-0 deficit to tie it at 2. Winnipeg had the lead. After 40, Detroit has tied it again. Over the stick of Stewart.
Detroit goal, his 6th of the season, is scored by number 8.
He's given the goal to Abdelkader, so Sheahan and last shot will draw the helpers. Last shot. Right now, Tatar's got the second assist that'll probably change. Ouellet with a shot up high. Oh, Pavelak. I don't know how many shots Pavelak actually sees that he stops.
He's not watching the puck. Definitely very good into himself tonight here. Struggling a bit, fighting it a bit on the third goal here. Pavelak right here, hits him right here. Trickles past Pavelak and into the net. Abdelkader doing a great job. Put himself in position to get goals like that, though. He's been in front of the goalies here all season long. And when you're battling in the trenches like he does on a night-in, night-out basis, you get rewarded for it with a goal like that to tie it up.
And isn't it nice? No goaltender interference was called. Pavelak will hold on to that. So Franzen, Tatar, and Abdelkader with the goals tonight.
And Ken, you're absolutely right. Pavelak, he's fought the puck all night long here tonight. Red Wings have hit a couple posts. Could have 5 goals. They've had a lot of chances, but when they do, it always seems like it has an opportunity to go on each and every one of them.
Franzen got knocked down. Nyquist. Cleared back to center. Wheeler knocked off his stick. Little with a shot. Missed on the short side. Zach Bogosian back for Tobias Enstrom. Bogosian shot into Krat. Hit the goal post. Ladd let it go and hit the post. Franzen couldn't find it at the line, and the Jets are back. Ladd carries up here along with Wheeler. Little couldn't take it. Team right in front of the goal. Nyquist is away. Dumps a long one in. And Pavelak put right out front, then Tatar Couldn't keep control. Shane put it in back of the goal. Jacob Trouba for Winnipeg. Byfuglien missed it. Eriksson moved it quickly to Abdelkader. Abdelkader, Byfuglien with the long reach, knocked it away. Abdelkader stays with it, back in front. Tatar, he scores! Tatar with a beautiful setup from Justin Abdelkader, and the Red Wings in the lead, 4-3.
Well, Paul Maurice was asking his team to show more poise this season. Well, they definitely aren't right now, and Justin Abdelkader is all that and more. Great skating by Abdelkader. Out muscles not one but two Winnipeg Jets, and a great cross-ice pass here to Tatar, who buries it past Pavlik. Look at the strengths of Abdelkader. He makes this play. He brings it into the zone himself, busting past Byfuglien, and great reaction by Tatar. Level on the ice to make it 4-3 for the Red Wings, and Tatar stays hot.
With 4:50 to go in the third, the Red Wings have their first lead of the hockey game. It's 4-3. So Abdelkader had the tying goal, now set up the go-ahead marker. Tatar's got 2 tonight, giving him 8 on the season, and 7 his past 10 games. After scoring once the first 9. Eriksson getting the second assist on the 4-3 goal. Time of the goal, 15:10, is Drew Miller. Came back to the line and kept in by Yurko, but up and out of play. So the Red Wings, thanks to Tatar's second of the night, they're in the lead now. Tatar had the winner last game in Columbus.
Talk about speed. Well, Lemieux is the big boy. Let's take a look at big boy's big play of the game. And John Franzen using that speed and size and really deking Stewart, the old saying, out of his jockstrap and making a perfect shot past Pavlik to the stick side. Red Wings power play wasn't doing much up to that point. They got aggressive. And that was the second goal of the game for the Red Wings. Great goal by Mule. And that was 13 points in 13 games he's played this season.
Lowry comes in the face-off on Helm. As the Red Wings win another one with Helm in the middle. Near side, Mark Stewart. Ouellette gave it away. Frolik goes back to the line to Troop. Michael Frolik. Adam Lowry. Into Frolik. Knocked away by Ouellette. Rolls through to Mrazek, who will hold on. With a 9-4-5 record coming into play tonight. Winners 5-0 over Columbus. This game 2 of their 3-game trip that'll conclude here on Fox Sports Detroit Saturday night from the Air Canada Center. Zach Bogosian get a glove at the Winnipeg bench. That's why the whistle went. The face-off coming just outside the Winnipeg blue line. Bogosian, who back in 2010 came to Winnipeg's camp at 255 pounds. A few years later, got down to 210, now to about 225. And the 3rd overall pick. On defense with Enstrom. Abdelkader takes Enstrom to the boards. Bogosian went over to find it, but Wheeler was there first, and he was hit by Tatar. Now Wheeler's away with it, 2-on-2. Stopped by Mrazek. Tatar cleared it. Past Enstrom and back to the Jet zone.
Nice back pressure by Thomas Tatar there, not only doing offensively tonight, but defensively as well.
From across center, Kane fired it in. Glendening tipped it to the far side for Miller. Bufflin couldn't center to Kaiser. Turned back to play to Miller. But he was tightly covered by Postman. Mrazek knocked down a shot. Now it came to Anderson.
Up high.
Got enough on it to get it to center. Miller ridden to the boards and knocked down to the ice by Bufflin. And then Miller gave him a shot right back. Evander Kane lifts a high one into the Red Wing zone. Ouellette beaten to the puck. Centering one, but Cleary was there in a good defensive posture. As Helm whipped it off the boards back to Winnipeg territory. Net empty for the Jets. 1:50 to go. They pulled their netminder. As Paul Maurice looks for the tying goal. Mrazek will come and play at the trapezoid. Lifted it back for Xavier Ouellette. Ouellette couldn't clear Franzen. Past Enstrom. Wheeler back in. 6 skaters for Winnipeg. Their net is empty. Here's Bogosian. Took the shot through a crowd, and Mrazek will hold on. Bufflin's taking on whoever wants to come near him. Nyquist and Zetterberg, and I'm sure one of the teams will call a timeout.
Tonight's hard hits are brought to you by Timberland Pro. Been a lot of hitting tonight. And Quincy here, hammering Scheifele, and then Bufflin on Miller. Eriksson on Wheeler. And finally Kane on Quincy, but it's been a rough game. Winnipeg forechecks hard and likes to bring it to the defense. It's been hitting the Red Wings all night, but the Red Wings have answered back with their own physical play.
Winnipeg has called timeout. We'll be back in a moment.
Oh, it's only November.
Hi, Santa.
Hello, Claire.
Black Friday means sweet deals.
A new Ford with a $1,000 Amazon.com gift card.
It comes with almost any Ford you want. Everybody wants a new Ford.
A great way to start your holiday shopping.
Or current AZ Plan lessees can lease a 2015 Ford Fusion SE for $199 a month for 24 months with $419 due at signing during the Ford Black Friday sales event.
Hurry.
Before they're all gone.
Jets have used their timeout, so Mike Babcock got his group defensively organized. So he'll have Anderson and Miller and Glendening. Anderson, being the lefty, will take the face-off. Trying to draw one back. Cronwall's way, who's out there along with Eriksson, and he did just that to the corner. But it's Kane who's got it. Net empty for the Jets. Enstrom to Bufflin. The shot glanced off Glendening in front, and then cleared off the glass. Net empty. Glendening racing as fast as he can, but Enstrom will get there first. 50 seconds to go in the third period. Evander Kane up the left wing. He'll dump it in. Mrazek to play. Put it from whence it came. It came back to the line, but intercepted by Anderson. Anderson an empty net. It'll go wide of the goal. Enstrom back to retrieve it again. Toby Enstrom with a half minute to go in the third period. With a lead pass for Ladd to Wheeler. Knocked off his stick. Eriksson on the backhand. Tried to lift it, couldn't. But they say high stick on Winnipeg. So it'll come outside the Red Wing blue line.
Confident playing by Peter Mrazek there with the goaltender pulled. Winnipeg Jets dumping the puck in. Not hesitating for 1 second to go behind the net and play that puck. Did a good job both times. Red Wings were able to get it out. The 2 opportunities they had with Mrazek playing the puck in here at high stick. But the Jets takes the draw out to the neutral zone.
So Zetterberg between Abdelkader and Franzen. Cronwall and De Kaiser. Little, Ladd, Bufflin, Kane, Wheeler, and Enstrom. Winnipeg shoots in. 15 to go in the third. Abdelkader got knocked down. Slapped down the ice by De Kaiser to the empty net. Sweep, sweep It's going to go wide and icing with 6 9/10 to go.
Well, the Red Wings have done a nice job here since Winnipeg has pulled their goaltender. Yeah, they've been under some pressure, but they've stayed poised, been sharp in front of their own goaltender, Mrazek, letting him see pucks, and he's been solid here, fighting through screens, battling, controlling rebounds, doing a nice job in there, but as a whole, the Red Wings staying really, really poised here in the last 2 minutes of this hockey game.
Zetterberg and Kane on this face-off. Zetterberg knocked it to the corner. Kane going to get it. Couldn't center one. Wheeler on it. 2 seconds left. In front. They jam away, and the Red Wings win it. They saved their best for last. Tatar's second of the night and his second game winner in consecutive games. They come into Winnipeg, and for the first time at the MTS Center, they win a game in their second try. 4-3 the final, and their 5th come-from-behind win this season in a second 2-goal deficit. Remember the big night they had at home against the Penguins. Peter Mrazek wins another one.
Yeah, and against his good friend Pavlik, who he clearly outplayed tonight, especially in the third period. Just like he's done his whole young career, he's been solid when it counts most. And